Welcome back everybody to Simplexity Analytics. In this video, we're going to take a look at one of the most popular trading indicators in the world, and that's the ADX. The ADX indicator stands for Average Directional Movement Index. It was developed by Wells Wilder and first published in his book called New Concepts in Technical Trading Systems back in 1978. ADX comes pre-installed on many trading websites and platforms, and it has stood the test of time as it remains one of the world's most popular trading tools. ADX measures the overall strength of a trend of a market. However, it does not indicate the direction that the trend is in. This is why ADX often comes with two sub-indicators, the DMI plus and the DMI minus. DMI plus is the positive directional index and DMI minus is the negative directional index. And these measure the strength of the positive and negative price moves. Therefore, since ADX is an average, it measures the average of the distance between the DMI plus and the DMI minus. By looking at DMI plus and minus, we're able to determine if ADX is measuring the strength of an uptrend or a downtrend by looking at which DMI is above the other. When DMI plus is greater than DMI minus, the bulls are said to be in control of the market and trend is bullish. Conversely, when DMI minus is greater than DMI plus, the bears are in charge and the trend is down. Lastly, ADX measures an average over a certain period of time. By default, ADX is usually set to a look-back period of 14. Using a smaller look-back period would create a line with many more fluctuations. A larger look-back would create a very smooth line and take longer for trading signals to develop. This chart here is the Simplexity Analytics customized ADX indicator. The ADX line is the thicker gray line here, and it turns darker shades of green as it gets stronger. The DMI plus is this line here, the thin blue line, and the DMI line minus is the thin red line. The other line on our indicator is the horizontal black line that has a value of 25. The ADX crossing over 25 is widely considered to be the threshold the ADX needs to cross in order to be considered a strong trend. Our ADX line remains gray all the way under 20. At 20, it turns green. And we have it turn green at 20 instead of 25 just to provide us with an early indication that ADX is approaching that key level of 25. In this chart, we see the full development of an ADX cycle. Here on February 20th, we see that the DMI minus crossed over the DMI plus. This is the very first alert that the bears are taking over the market. 1 week later, ADX crosses 20, which turns our indicator green, and then it crosses over the 25 threshold. This signals the beginning of a possible strong downtrend. Next, we have ADX turn a darker shade of green when it crosses over 30, and then an even darker shade when it crosses over 40. There is no technical reason why we do this. It's just merely a visual representation of the market continuing to get stronger. Finally, ADX crosses 50, and then the ADX line turns red. ADX greater than 50 is an area that we determine to be extreme. It's an extremely strong trend at this point. ADX can reach into the 60s or 70s or even beyond, but those instances are very rare. We found the ADX greater than 50 is a good place to take profits if we're already in a trade, or we want to really start to tighten up our stops to lock in more profits for the eventual turnaround. If we are not in a trade, ADX greater than 50 is not an area that we would want to enter a new trade. Once the ADX line rolls over and the strength is waning, no matter where this occurs, the ADX doesn't provide any trading signals on decreasing strength. The biggest problem with ADX is that it is a lagging indicator. It tells you when the trend is strong, not when the trend starts. ADX is not an indicator to be used for finding tops and bottoms. In conclusion, the ADX is one of our favorite indicators at Simplexity Analytics. It can be used for trend following strategies as well as mean reversion strategies. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're notified on our next videos. Simplexity Analytics, making complex trading simple.